Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. We have got another What's for Dinner for you guys. I'm sharing the meals that we had this past week. Today's video is extra special because it is in collaboration with Kat over at Southern Farm and Kitchen and Sammy over at Managing the Maze. We are celebrating Sammy reaching her 1 year on YouTube, so make sure you go over, check out her channel. Also check out Kat's channel. I will have all their information listed in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. We are starting off with breakfast first this week. I decided to do something a little different than our normal just biscuits, gravy, and eggs. I decided to fry up some potatoes and also cook up some of these chicken strips. While all that is in the oven, I am just going to take and cook up a little bit of that seasoned blend that I pulled from the freezer. I just have a couple tablespoons of butter that I have melted on the stovetop, and I'm just going to cook that for a little bit, and then we are going to add in a couple diced potatoes. So this week of meals, I wanted to mention that these were shop from home meals, except for one I had to buy cabbage for later in the week. But all of these meals is everything that we had here. We were using up what we had and getting, rid of the old to bring in a new fresh ingredients. So I had a couple potatoes left, so I wanted to use those up for this breakfast. Here is our spread. We have some scrambled eggs, we have our gravy, our potatoes, and we have our biscuits, and then we have the chicken strips. This was definitely delicious, something a little different than our normal breakfast around here. Next up, we are doing creamed spinach baked chicken. Now this one I kind of come up with because we had spinach in the fridge that I needed to use, but then whenever I went to make this recipe, the spinach was already bad. So I luckily had spinach in the freezer, so I just thawed one out and used that for this. But my plan originally, when I made my meal plan, like I said at the beginning, these were shop from home meals, so I wanted to use up ingredients that needed to be used, but the spinach got bad before I could make this. But it worked really good. This was absolutely delicious. I do not have a recipe for this. I will try to find some sort of a recipe on Pinterest, or if y'all want me to type it up, just let me know. It was super easy to throw together, and it was really, really good. So as you see, I just mixed together the cream cheese, that Tuscan seasoning, some Parmesan cheese, and then I'm also going to add in that bag of thawed spinach. Just mix that together well, and then we will just add that on top of our chicken breast. I just take and cut my chicken breast thin and lay them in the pan, season them on both sides, and then I just add that spinach mixture on top, and I just baked it in the oven for about 20 minutes on like 350, and I just checked it to see kind of how long it had left after that 20 minutes. You just want to make sure your chicken is cooked to 165 internal temperature. Once it was done, I took and used what sliced cheese I had. This was super random because I was just using up what we had. I had some provolone, I had some Swiss, and I think those were the only two I ended up using for this because it covered the whole thing. So once I covered it with the cheese, I just popped it back in for about 10 more minutes and let that melt up. I did fix some Parmesan noodles to go with that, and then I also did some sweet carrots. So for the noodles, I took and cooked the noodles according to package directions, and then I just drained those. I do have a little bit of that pasta water still in there that y'all can't see. And then I had some ricotta cheese that I needed to use up. I had about half of that container. I just dumped that in, and I just mixed that all together with some Parmesan cheese, and it was really, really good, y'all. Here's what the chicken looks like when it was all done, and then we just served it with the sweet carrots and the Parmesan noodles. Super delicious, great shop from home meal. Next up was a super simple one. I just pulled this pulled pork that I had in the deep freeze, pulled it out, and I'm just going to do the microwave instructions. It gives you microwave and oven option. I always just do it in the microwave. It's way quicker. And then I had some buns in the freezer that I needed to pull out and use, so I pulled those out, and then we cooked up 2 boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese. Super, super easy. If you have never tried the Sam's Club pulled pork, I would definitely recommend it. It is super delicious. On Wednesdays, you know I like to do crock pot recipes, so I did a cabbage and hamburger for this night. This will be in Monday's crock pot video, so y'all stay tuned for that. Thursday night, I did not feel good at all. I texted Luke and was like, "You're in charge for dinner tonight." So he decided to order some pizzas, and he got half cheese, half bacon, and then he got a meat lovers, and he also got cheese sticks. I just have a sinus infection, and I was not feeling good. Still not feeling the greatest. You can kind of hear it in my voice, I'm sure, but I'm hopefully going to get over it soon. On Friday, Luke said that he was going to grill. It was nice and warm, so he stopped and got some pork shoulder and some hot dogs. He is seasoning those up with some of the campfire SuckleBusters seasoning. I will have that link in the description box below for you guys. It is delicious if you've never tried SuckleBusters seasonings. He is just going to get those on the grill, and to go along with that, we are doing some sweet peas and some cheesy broccoli. once your broccoli is cooked to your liking, I just drain it and then I add a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm going to add in 2 packages of the Velveeta cheese sauce. Y'all know I always keep that on hand. That's one thing I keep stocked in my prepper pantry. Absolutely love that stuff. I've had a few people ask where to find it, and it's just with the regular Velveeta, like the blocks of Velveeta. It's right beside it. It's just in a box, and it has 3 packages in that one box. And like I said, it's definitely a pantry staple because it's easy just to make like a quick mac and cheese or have it for broccoli and cheese. We've even heated it up and used it like on top of baked potatoes. It's on top of tacos. There's so many options for those little packets of cheese. Here is everything. We've got the shoulder, the hot dogs. I set out the different barbecue sauces and ketchup. We've got our buns, and then the cheesy broccoli and the sweet peas. And that is it, y'all. That wraps up this week's What's for Dinner video. I really hope you enjoyed these. Are super easy and delicious weeknight dinners. Just remember, it doesn't have to be fancy, just as long as your family is fed. Don't forget that this video is in collaboration with Kat over at Southern Farming Kitchen and Sammy over at Managing the Maze. Make sure you go give those ladies some love. I will have all their information listed in the description box below. Bye, guys.